You are muted, sir.
What a bad way to start a stream. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in the world, and welcome. It is a Tuesday afternoon. It is 5 p.m. We are easy live, and we are live with the wonderful Mr. Rich King. Hello, sir. How are you?
So I'm good, Tom. How are you, mate?
Apart from 2 minutes or a minute and a half before the stream going, I don't have a drink. So ran downstairs, ran back upstairs, spilt some water, and then didn't take myself off mute, pressed the wrong button, pressed the button twice when I wasn't meant to. So apart from that, mate, I am all good. I'm still settling in after after a week off last week. So everything is mental, emails flying everywhere. But it's getting there, mate. It is getting there. I'm pumped.
So the moral of the story is don't have time off.
Yeah, just don't have time off, and then you're never chasing, and you're never trying to catch up from things. But as I've already said, it is Easy Live, and that means we are live across all of our channels, and we are live across our Expert Zone Facebook channels, our All Things Microsoft YouTube, and our Expert Zone UK and Ireland's Twitch channel. And we have viewers, we have people watching us right now, and I want to give a few of those people a bit of a shout out. I've seen, Rich, that you've been chatting away to everybody. As always the person that has a nice chat. But as always, I always see the first person in chat is always Tashin over on Facebook saying hello. So a huge welcome to yourself. Always nice to see you. And you're always first in chat, which is always massively appreciated. Who else do we have? We have Gareth Smith over on Facebook as well. Hello to you, sir. As I scroll down, we have Daggercast over on Twitch. Hello. So yeah, welcome, guys. Thank you for joining in the chat. For those of you that are watching, get involved in chat. Have a chat with us. Ask Rich all the questions you want about Surface products. He is our subject matter expert, all Surface, our Surface specialist, some people might say.
Who knows anymore?
Who knows anymore? Who knows, right?
I just know stuff about stuff. So.
Well, you definitely know more than me when it comes to Surface, man. So you are my go-to man for many different reasons. But that's why you are here tonight. And I'm hoping to learn some new things. I've heard bits and pieces about what we're going to be talking about tonight. So I'm looking forward to a bit more of a deep dive. Salvatore, hello over on Twitch. Thank you very much for being here. Always appreciate you guys jumping in. So, Rich, I've kind of darted the subject. What are we talking about tonight?
Sure, absolutely. So a couple of weeks ago now, I'm going to say around about the 2nd of October, Panos Panay, the man himself, jumped into the Windows device blog and released information about new devices that are coming out. Well, I say new devices and upgraded devices as well. So last week we covered off the Surface Go 2, the specifications. We didn't have the device. We still don't have the device at the moment, and there is an embargo on unboxing it at the moment as well. So we're all having to obey all that. But some content on that will be coming soon. So we can't unbox that this week. However, we still need to talk about the Surface Pro X and the updates that are coming to that device on the 27th of October, which is this month. It's not that far away, actually, and what differences there are to that device. So this stream is dedicated mainly to that.
I'm looking forward to it, mate. As I said, I've seen bits. I know you've spoken about a few bits. Sure. You were very secretive about these devices when they got announced, and the ghost has just opened your door. I'm assuming it's a cat.
It is a cat, yes.
I like how you turn around going, I really hope that's a cat.
I can see it, and I was hoping you were going to point it out, but you did.
Oh, mate, I'm always going to point it out. My door will probably open at some point, and the cat will jump in as well. But anyway, back to the point. You were being quite secretive a couple of months ago about there's new stuff coming. Can't talk about it. You'll see more. And it's now been announced, and I've heard you talk about it a little bit. So I'm looking forward for myself to find out some more, but also for you guys watching live out or on video on demand if you haven't been able to catch the stream live, to find out some more information about it. So yeah, I will probably pass over to you, Rich, and educate us, blow our minds with surface knowledge, Rich.
Of course. So it is important to remember that the new Surface Pro X that's coming out is an upgraded edition of the current one that's in the market right now, and so it is just some additions or some changes to help that device perform better. As devices do, they upgrade over time with newer technology to help us be more productive. But if you're not familiar with the Pro X, we do have a little video for you.
Ooh, I need to change that.
I think
it's not on.
Paying attention.
Do the video now.
Fantastic.
That is a sexy, sexy device. I love Surface trailers. Like they generate so much hype for it all.
Yeah, you definitely do. We're getting that right at the moment. Usually we've got do cool soundtracks over the top as well with remix music and stuff. But yeah, with this one it was just popping right and just shows the device in the best light. So this is the Surface Pro X right here. And I'm going to cover off some of the features, just to kind of remind you of what this device and how it's built, and then we'll talk about the upgrades that have come to the device. I've noticed, we spoke about this beforehand, Tom, that camera, its battery is going, so I'm going to get through this, and do not worry, I'll just switch across if the battery does go while we're on here. So the case in itself is magnesium alloy vapor mag, which is throughout the Surface family. It's that nice premium cool metal that keeps that device cool when the processors are working on there, and durable as well. Of course, with it being the Pro, we've got that traditional kickstand that just folds right out. There we go. We can see my asset tag on there. I completely forgot about that. Which folds all the way back. It's got that force feedback hinge that makes sure that device just doesn't fall over. One of the new additions to Surface devices was this little slot right here, and it's particularly important to the Surface Pro X itself, because what differentiates the Pro X from all the other devices is the ability to always be connected to the internet. So this is an always on PC. And so just under there, what we can do, we can pop that out, insert an eSIM or a cellular SIM in there, and just always be connected where we go. I'm always jealous of Monica. She's always in Brighton on the beach on Teams calls speaking to us because she has one of these. But also under there as well, what we've got is an interchangeable solid state drive as well. So if you wanted to update this device, and I'm going to switch across to my camera because it went. So all that prep work that I've done and the camera's gone. So yeah. But it's a lesson to be learned. So I'm going to carry on here. There we go. So underneath that kickstand right there, and I need to switch that off so I can see what I'm doing. Sorry, apologies. Seamless. No one noticed. Don't mention it. Right. It's just right there then is we're able to swap that solid state drive out upgrade it for a higher memory if we want to do that, which was, again, is one of the unique things that are starting to come more and more in these devices. What people ask for, and it's what they're getting now. The Surface Pro X is definitely the thinnest tablet that we've ever made. It's 1.4 mil thin. It's just the sleekest, lightest of the devices. The screen itself is 13 inches. And it's near edge to edge on there. And as you can see, this is my device. I actually use it. And those of you that know me know that I'm a power user. But this
little bit, mate. It's not like you create anything. It's not like you create anything or anything, right?
No, like leveled up intro sequences in 3D and stuff like that, or whatever pops into your guys' minds. I
know, right?
But you know what? My book is big and it's heavy, rightfully so, with the power in it. And what this does, this just goes everywhere with me. It means that I can pop it into the car, pop it into my bag, always be connected, always be able to answer calls and stuff like that through the cellular means. My SIM card is in here for my Wi-Fi dongle, so I popped it in there and it works beautifully. And the sleekness of this device and the lightweight, it just adds to that portability when it comes to traveling around and being able to connect it where you want to go, because there's no use in being connected and not wanting to carry that device around because it's too heavy. All right. So yeah. The screen, 13-inch screen. Now that's a vibrant screen right there. I actually wish that was the screen on my book. Believe it or not, it's not quite as bright. I think it's got less nits in it. But yeah, it's gorgeous to watch Netflix on or anything like that. I do loads of spreadsheets on here as well and PowerPoints, which leads me on nicely to the processor actually. So this is an SQ1 processor. So the SQ1s are mobile processors. If you're wondering or you want that to compare to any other technology, just look at your mobile phone, and your mobile phone has an ARM processor in there. It means it can run applications and programs. It's built for longer battery life, to extend that battery life. This comes with up to 13 hours of battery life in there. Also, it has fast charge as well, up to 100%, up to 80% charge in just under an hour when you're charging this. So again, it all contributes, and that processor helps for that to happen as well. What that means for this device is it only runs 32-bit programs, so it's not an X64 when it comes to Windows, meaning that it's not necessarily compatible with all your applications, and usually that's bigger ones. But when it comes to productivity, we can run Office on there, we can run Photoshop Lite on there, and anything really that kind of sits in the Windows App Store. And moving on to the software helps you sort out the applications that do work on this device as well. Okay. So yeah, so it's really, really good. So upgrades. Okay, so now I know this one's a black one, but we also have the option of a silver version of this device. Okay, so silver and black, choices. And we also have the choice between an SQ1 processor and an SQ2 processor. I can see Gareth Smith in chat, and there was no doubt that he was going to start nerding out over all the Hyper-V optimized version studios. Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned before that we are looking at getting the X64 Emulator coming in November to these devices so that we can run full 64-bit programs, x86. Do my maths, x84. Yeah.
Loads of numbers.
Full programs, an emulator for the full programs. And we'd already made steps towards that anyway with the Edge browser, the Chromium Edge browser being ARM compatible for ARM and stuff like that, so that we can use extensions and web applications on there. And now we're moving towards those 64 bits as well. The upgrades on the battery life for the new product on the 27th of October, it'll have 15 hours of battery life up there, up to 15 hours of battery life, which is a significant difference when it comes to an all-day device. on there.
So
So
that 15-hour battery really enables it to be like you can use it all day. Especially as you've said, it is like that kind of mobile device. It means that you can take it out, leave a charger at home, and away you go.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, it does. And you just won't need to charge it. And if you do need to charge it, you've still got fast charging in there, up to 8% again in just under an hour. We still have our USB-C, so 2 USB-Cs on the one side of the device, no USB-A. And the reason why that is because we needed to make it thinner, and this device is thinner than your standard USB-A on there. We still have the biometric cameras, so the infrared cameras at the front here, they're still able to record up to 1080p and 4K, and yeah, we have the biometrics for Windows Hello sign-in. So everything about this device is just made to be sleek and quick and okay, not overly powerful, but when it comes to that quick productivity, that always connected connectivity, the device just excels at it. So yeah.
No, it's really cool.
The keyboard. Sorry, do you want to say something? Because I'm not taking the air.
I was just going to ask a question. Like you were talking about earlier, you were talking about the removable SSD, which I think is brilliant. And you kind of answered the question I was going to ask about that. But you mentioned eSIM and cellular SIM.
Sure.
For anyone that doesn't know, are you able to explain kind of what the differences are?
Absolutely. So eSIM is built into the device, so you can connect to Wi-Fi and stuff like that, and you can also get packages that will activate that eSIM directly in that device to connect to the internet. Your cellular SIM is very much like your mobile phone. You'll go and speak to somebody for that contract, and they'll give you that SIM card to put in there to then use to basically connect to the internet or make phone calls or anything like that from that particular provider through their technology and stuff. So, and that's the difference between the two.
That's cool. Thank you very much. Just for anybody that wasn't 100% sure, unless you're a little bit more educated now. Though I am going to steal your idea because I'm going to take my SIM out of my MiFi unit and put it in my Pro X. Like I didn't even think about doing that. It's a really good way of a good way of doing it.
Yeah, no, Monica was exactly the same, and I told her, she was like, "Oh my god."
Sounded just like Monica.
I know, that's what she does. Oh my god, I can go to Brighton, sit at the cafe, and still do my job. I'm like, okay, Mon, thanks. Stuck over here in rainy Ipswich. It's fine. There we go. Keyboards. We have to move on to the keyboards because these are so important when it comes to the Pro 2-in-1 devices. The Pro X has its own style keyboard. It's the Surface keyboard. It's the first time we've called it a Surface keyboard rather than a type cover. And you can get two versions of it. One of them being your standard just keys keyboard with that lovely big beaded glass trackpad. The other one, the same, but with a pen well in it. Now this pen, so it's just there, right? This is something that we've always wanted in these keyboards, is the ability to recharge our pens from the device, because it's great that the keyboard connects and is powered from the device. There's no batteries on this, so we don't have to rely on two power sources to charge something. It goes straight from the device. So to have the pen being able to charge from that as well, it just completes the full package for me. So
it's one less thing to worry about as well, right? As you said, you don't have to rely on batteries and replacing it. Like I know the Surface pen that I have, you have to kind of twist it and change the batteries and all those bits and pieces. Whereas the Pro X pen, you just put it in the keyboard. Yeah.
And I hope this is the way we're going to go forward. Now, I'm going to put the keyboard down just for a second. In fact, before I put the keyboard down, comes in different colors now, 4 different colors. You saw them in the video. Check them out. Ice blue, burgundy, platinum, and black. Yeah. It just completes the device. But the Surface Slim Pen. Okay, so that magnetically attaches still to the Surface devices. In the well, it magnetically attaches and charges into that device. Still have 4,096 levels of sensitivity. So if you are a creator and you do rely on that pressure sensitivity when creating your programs, it's right there in it. We still have the eraser, and we still have the free clicking mechanism on this as well. Now, the difference between this and the other devices, and we don't talk about this enough, is that this pen has an extra click mechanism in it. And I don't know if you know that, Tom.
I didn't know this.
Right? I know, right, Tom? So we don't talk about it enough. And I've actually got it set up on my device. It won't surprise you at all which one is set up on it. so that when I take this out of the charging well, it immediately fires up whiteboard for me.
Okay, so as soon as it recognizes the pen's active, that's kind of another action.
Yeah, so I put it out. Cool. It immediately opens up that program for me, and I'm able to start doing my creation and stuff like that. So,
we've had a question in chat. As you've just taken a breath, I'm going to jump in.
Sorry,
we've had a question. I'm going to pop it onto the screen as well. Going, do you think this device will be good for university and university students? Do we see it as a student device, or there's a kind of question?
Yeah, it's a great question, and it would really depend on what you are studying as a student. So if you're, I'm going to say creative students, because the ones I can mostly relate to, and you're running high intensity programs like Photoshop or Adobe, any kind of Adobe Studio, this device isn't going to run those programs at all. However, if it's just studying, writing dissertations, using PowerPoint, Excels, Word documents, surfing the internet, then 100% absolutely, as a university student or even in A levels, a device that you could charge overnight, pop in your bag in the morning, take to your lectures with you, and have that lightweightness to it. Have the best of Windows on it, so you're using OneNote, using the cameras to record your lectures, audio settings, or anything like that. Working all day, not having to worry about that battery life, and then going home and just using it for your own personal use, then yeah, 100% absolutely. It's just not a high-powered machine.
And I suppose with the fact that it's always on as well, with either the eSIM or cellular SIM, is that you don't have to worry about connecting to a hotspot or the library Wi-Fi or the university Wi-Fi. Is you're just connected, which means you don't have to like waste productivity time to try and go spend 5 minutes trying to find a local hotspot and then connecting it to it and authenticating it. You're just connected straight away, which is awesome.
Absolutely, and yeah, and that pen come in with it as well. That's ergonomic, by the way. It's flat and it feels good. So I'm going to put that down because I'm conscious of the time as well. So yeah, I mean that's the Pro X. There are some, small but great upgrades in there, and there are more coming to this device. Like when it was launched last year, it got better the longer that it was out, and it will do exactly the same. In November when we get that X64 emulations for those full programs, and we'll really kind of see what we can do with this device then as well. But yeah, cool. I love it. So yeah, I'm conscious of time, so I wanted to move on, didn't I? And I wanted to kind of highlight the Surface family. Is that all right? Can I?
Yeah, by all means.
Thanks, mate.
Is it that? There we go.
Yeah, thank you. There we go. I was scared to like push the button just in case you push the button, and then we were both pushing the button. And we wrecked.
I got you, man. I got you.
So I'm going to skip through this. So if you're wondering what the silver one looked like, there it is next to the black version of it. Traditional platinum Surface that we most familiarized with the Surface Pro 7. Now will be available on the 27th of October on the Pro X. I'm going to move through. So I was going to recap on the specs, but we had some great questions in chat, and we kind of covered that anyway. So 13-inch pixel sense display. We've got up to 16 gigabytes of RAM. Options will be SQ1 and SQ2 processors. We got graphics in there in the Adreno 685 and 690 for you nerds out there, and 15 hours of battery usage. If you're wondering how this maxes out on memory, it goes up to 512 gigabytes of solid state drive. And of course, we've got those all important USB-Cs and the 3.5 mil jack, because everything should have one. So yeah.
Got to listen to music when you're out in the coffee shops,
or
you can just connect wirelessly with some Surface earbuds.
I mean, or you could be Tom and you just might want to use it to watch Twitch and gaming.
I know, right?
Yeah. All right. Okay. So what I wanted to do is quickly go over the family now, because we've had a new addition to the family. We've had a refresh on one of our devices, and right now we've got all of these devices for our customers to choose from, starting with the Laptop Go, which is probably one of the most balanced device yet, and that will be coming out on the 27th of October as well. It's going to be the if you like the Laptop 3, then this is a more affordable version of that with 10th generation i5 processors in it. And we'll have a 64 gigabyte version of that as well, which is great, like cloudbook technology. Laptop 3, we got the laptops 15-inch, they're sleek, they're stylish 15-inch, and a 13-inch, that 13.5-inch with that quad core 10th generation Intel processor in it for your workloads. So if you've got workload on and you're very, 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 very productive, but you want to look cool and stylish at the same time, and then, you know, this is university. We had that question about university students, then this is the device for you. But if that workload is a bit higher and a bit heavier, then the 15-inch with that AMD processor, that custom AMD processor in there, that's the one for you. Adam on our team, he used the 15-inch for a while until he spilt energy drink on it, and which I've still not forgiven him for.
I think he'll argue that fact that it wasn't him that actually spilt anything, but I'll back you up, Adam. I'll back you up.
I only see who I handed it over to and who was responsible for it. Okay. So those are the laptops. We've got two of those two style laptops, 3 if you include the 15 and the 30.5 inch. But we go into the 2-in-1s, and this is where we really, really come into our own when it comes to innovative products. And we start off with the Go portable power. This device has come a long way. It is our smallest, most economic of the range. If you want something that just fits into your bag but has that versatility of a Pro 7, this is the device for you. Very aimed at early school students, so your primary, junior, senior schools. Absolutely. Runs full Windows if you want to, comes in S mode if you want to keep it. But yeah, there's nothing that device can't run, and we have the M Core 3 processor in that now. Then we got the Pro X. We've just spoken about that. You're always connected PC, so we have that mobile device for going out everywhere. And then the Surface Pro 7, the most versatile of our devices, and definitely the most popular on the family. We can use this for everything. Works with every program in every situation. Full Windows on there. USB-A, USB-C. We have the touchscreen pixel sensitive display on there with the Surface Pen and detachable keyboards. Yeah. Just everyone keeps asking me to put that into a category, and I just refuse to, because if you want to use a PC, it's the device, right? The power of a laptop in your, you know what I mean? And, well, if you're ever confused about if you're a retail professional and you're ever confused about what device to offer your customer, Pro 7's ticks all the boxes. Then we move on to our powerhouse, my personal favorite, the Surface Book 3. You know, the way I like to talk about this, create without limitations on there. We have
I like that.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. And if you're on Expert Zone, you would have seen our recent vlogs on this and our recent courses on this. Learning without limitations and creating without limitations. And this device has allowed me to do what we're 10 months in now, and I'm using After Effects to create intro sequence, 3D renderings and stuff like that. And I started in January learning from YouTube and stuff, and the device itself has just allowed me to learn at my own pace with no limitations, not be put off that something doesn't work or can't work on there. And I absolutely love it. And of course we have the 15-inch version, which is great for, I know you've got one of these. It's great for gaming, PC gaming as well. So yeah, we're going that far with it. And then finally, we don't talk about it enough, the Studio 2, the ultimate creative device. I love this device. I like to hug it. 28-inch display, pixel sense display. And you know what really kind of separates this is that zero gravity hinge that puts it down into canvas mode, palm block recognition. We can lean on that screen and create until our heart's content. It's my favorite.
Yeah, I've had a few goes on the studios at like meetups when we were allowed to do meetups, and I think like I've worked for Microsoft now as an evangelist for just over a year. Just over a year now, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, and it's always a device that mesmerizes me every single time I use it. Like every time I move the screen down into that studio mode and use the device, like it still blows me away to this day. It's just, it's one of those devices that it is, as you said, ultimate creativity, and it just absolutely blows me away.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm good. Salvatore says, Pro X, nothing beats having LTE everywhere. Absolutely, and this is why we've got this whole range, right? Because a lot of people wouldn't agree with you because they like, oh, if I can't run 64-bit programs, why would I have that? But each of these devices are perfect in the right hands for the right person. So yeah, and now we've got the whole range that just pretty much covers everything now. I mean, yeah. I mean, outside of that, we've got mobile phone coming. Well, we've got mobile phone out in the States. We've even got, if you haven't seen it, the Neo, which is a little notebook. I can't wait for that. It's a device for me. You've seen my notebook, Tom. So
I still have handwritten notes, same as you, everywhere. Like they're just, I have notes like stuck on a notice board, and like I know I have OneNote, and I know I've got like a book 3 that I can draw on, use the pen. But I think, as you say, it's that portability of that type of device, and even with the Pro X as well. Like I've had access to a Pro X as well, and because it is lighter and I can easily hold it in one hand and write with the other, it just makes life that little bit simpler and fits better into my lifestyle. And I think you hit the nail on the head of there is a Surface product for everybody if it's in the right hands. And to answer the question we had earlier about is it good for university for the Pro X? Well, it entirely depends on what you're going to be using that device for. And if the Pro X isn't the right one, the Pro 7 might be, or maybe the Book 3, depending what it is. The Surface family allows everybody to use a Surface device, no matter what they want to use a device for. It's possible to use, which is amazing.
Sure, absolutely. I think, you're absolutely right. So yeah, and that's it from me, Tom. You know,
you have divulged all the information, Rich. You've educated us as much as we possibly can. Let me switch back to this one. Let's but yeah, so Rich, as always, has educated us in the world of Surface. I have definitely learned some things today, primarily about taking the Pro X pen out of its cradle can launch an app. I'm definitely going to be setting that up. I'm assuming that's just in the settings and the devices, the window being so I'm definitely going to be jumping into that to see what I can do with that and play around with. So yeah, super looking forward to that to go. But yeah, Rich, thank you very much.
It's my pleasure, as always.
It's been a while since we've been on a stream together as well. So
yeah, are we on tomorrow as well?
Yeah, we are on tomorrow as well.
See, we're bulking it out. So
we're like buses. You don't see us both together for ages, and then we just come all at the same time.
It's true. It is true. It's all about streaming capabilities, if I'm right. So because we can do that, and not everyone on our team can. So yeah, so our paths don't. Well, they do cross all the time. We speak to people almost every day. We just don't stream together. So
very true. Very true. But yeah, guys, thank you very much for joining us live. If you do have any questions regarding anything that has been said today, please post it in the comments. We do look back at the videos to see if there's any additional comments been made, or reach out to us through Facebook or across our social channels as well. We're always happy to answer questions, no matter the subject. Microsoft is preference of the subject. Can't necessarily talk about anything else, but always happy to help out where we can. But yeah, any last words, Rich? Anything you'd like to say?
Only a shout out to Expert Zone and completing Expert Zone courses. The accreditations are live. Complete the Surface one. You know you want to. But also, if you feel like it as well, if you complete the Microsoft 365 and Windows accreditations, you get a free version, a free 6-month version of Microsoft 365 family. For just doing those free courses. So yeah, so we're giving stuff away, Tom. I don't know if you're giving anything away with the Xbox side of things.
We are. So yeah, if you complete the Xbox accreditation, lovely segue, Rich. I love it. So yeah, if you complete the Xbox accreditation that is live now, if you complete it as one of the first 10,000 people, you will receive 12 months worth of Xbox Live and 3 months of Xbox Game Pass Ultimates. That is available up until the first 10,000 people have completed it, or until October 29th. After that, you will only receive the 3 months Xbox Live Game Pass. 3 months Xbox Game Pass Ultimate after those first initial 10,000 codes, or until the date. So if you haven't already completed the Xbox accreditation, go do it now after the stream, and you'll hopefully get those rewards. Do it.
Be done. Get on it now. Do it now.
Do it now. Sorry, we're now just going to start quoting films. But I believe that is everything that Rich has to say. I've been here to try and ask the questions from you guys in chat. You've asked some amazing questions, so thank you very much for that. Rich, thank you for joining us today to share your knowledge. And guys, me and Rich will see you tomorrow on Easy Level Up at 5 p.m. playing some Crash Bandicoot. But we will be around next week again for Easy Live, so we will catch you then. Cheers, guys. Bye.